Alright, floppy drives. This is the drive that's out of my 4195. It's a Sony MPF52W-20. It predates the IBM PC standardization, if I can call it that, which means it's absolutely not interchangeable with a PC drive. There's a couple issues. One of them is the odd height they picked for this. Next one, more importantly, is this connector here has sort of the opposite keying and pin numbering as this one. Actually, this ribbon cable doesn't need to be there. So this one's labeled, it's 34 at that end, and this one, well, it's going to be hard to see, but 34 is also at that end, and the keying's on the opposite side. And also the numbering is, like, they're not interchangeable. Not only that, they also, like the old Sony drive, they have power rails, like +5 and +12 volts on these pins. So, yeah, you need a custom wiring job to use these floppy emulators. But you'll notice, well, it might be hard to see with black plastic, but there is a gap because that drive height isn't the same. So I'll have to print some kind of wedge to block that up. Also, these Gotek boards now, they're either based on 32F415 or a 32F435 microcontroller. The difference is speed and RAM. It's hard to shop for those because it's not always indicated. You don't always know what you get, but unless you have a clear indication, you're probably going to get the 415, just as I did. It'll work, except, so I can go in here and list files. That works, but I can't format the disk, well, or the disk image. It also means I can't load an absolutely blank raw image and format it and create the file system on it. That doesn't work because it doesn't have enough RAM to buffer the whole format sequence. That's what's been explained to me, but that's not a huge problem. You can generate a LIF, a pre-formatted raw image, so to speak, and yeah, that's fine for me. I only use it sort of as a hard disk to save my instrument setups. Okay, got my PCBs finally, so I can get rid of this old, it's called a proof of concept, to be polite. So, I did make one minor mistake. I forgot that well, you need to grab the 5 volts from this connector and route it to this connector. And I sort of blocked the way, but it's not a huge problem because I left the pin like that and I just soldered it to a header there, so that's all good. I'll see if I can reassemble this. Well, another failure. I overestimated the flexibility of this ribbon cable. It has to go really far towards the opening, and also it's got a shift. Well, it's not perfectly lined up, so it needs sort of to move down as well, and yeah, it's not happening, so probably have to make another one or put back the old bodge. Oh well. Okay, this is a few weeks later. Made a little offset board for this one. Spent I don't know how long just figuring, just to make sure the keying ends up on the correct side, and also yeah, at this end as well, and compensating for the fact that the Sony pin numbering is sort of the opposite as like the rest of the industry. So I think it's going to work. I'm going to solder this up and see if I'm going to need a revision 3. Alright, here it is, ready to test. Yeah, these two wires, that's +5 volts, and this one is a disk change reset, I think. One of those signals that I'm not sure if it's actually necessary, but it's easy enough to add. Well, at least mechanically it fits beautifully now. Let's see if it works though. Alright, let's go. Well, it turns on, so let's see. Very good. Yeah, if it manages to list files, like it's gonna work. Let's see if I can load. Oops. Get, yes. Well, nobody said it was fast, but very good. Right on. So I'll be sharing this little PCB, those design files on my website. I'll have links below, and also configs for Flash floppy. All right, enjoy.